Hi, I'm Senator John Cornyn, here to say to my friend Wallace Jefferson, congratulations on receiving tonight's award. I've known Wallace a long time, since we both worked at the same law firm in San Antonio, Texas. Wallace, congratulations on being named the Good Apple for tonight. Congratulations on your great career, and we look forward to many great things from you in the future.
I think he was, by every measure, one of Texas's great Chief Justices.
We're such close friends. He's like a brother to me, of course, an older brother.
You know, he was supposed to be the doctor in the family. My father was a genealogist. He discovered our lineage back to a slave who became the Waco City Councilman. That's an inspiring story that Wallace was always very aware of and kind of felt responsibility to kind of carry on that invaluable tradition.
When you win 2 United States Supreme Court arguments, that gives you some automatic mojo in the legal world.
It was quite the experience watching him banter with the justices who are just brilliant.
When the governor asked me who I thought, and he wanted someone young to consider for the Texas Supreme Court, Wallace was the first person to come to mind.
He's a true visionary. That's a term that's often overused, but he understands that the role of the Chief Justice is more than just running the docket. So he not only introduced methods to speed up our docket and get opinions out sooner, but he kind of got it that the Chief Justice needs to make sure that the system works for everyone.
At the time I resigned, one of my colleagues said, "Please don't quit. We can't get along without you." And less than a year later, they came back and reminded me of that conversation and said, "We're getting along quite well without you as the head of the court." And I think that's the way everybody felt about Chief Justice Jefferson.
I would say that the Chief is best known for some of these groundbreaking initiatives that he's undertaken. He's secured unprecedented funding for those who can't afford access to the courts, for our most vulnerable in society, abused and neglected kids, for juvenile youth. He's done tremendous work in improving the court system for so many different populations.
Whether that's access to justice issues or issues such as judicial elections versus merit selection. Now that he's left the court, he still has the freedom to pursue those efforts.
And I think there's just that belief that anybody with a little bit of a hand can do tremendous things.
Wallace Jefferson is mischievous. We took a guy's golf trip to Pebble Beach. And one of the gentlemen on the trip is Demetrius McDaniel. He is, let's say, well-dressed, particularly on the golf course. So on this particular outing, Wallace decided that 3 of us were going to outdress Demetrius. And so Wallace and his brother Lamont and myself all came walking through Pebble Beach in these wild outfits. And the first time Demetrius said he saw us, he said he thought we were rappers.
I think Wallace gets a lot of his strength from his family. Wallace's wife, Rhonda, is just terrific. And he's got, of course, these lovely boys, and he's been very involved in everything they do.
His legacy is not only as, an outstanding jurist, but beyond that, someone who really goes beyond to give back in a way that he thinks is important. I mean, that's what goes beyond making him a great man to making him a good man, which I think is the vastly more important character trait.
The body of opinions he wrote, both in his 3 years as justice and then in his much longer tenure as Chief Justice, will long be important to Texas jurisprudence and will be looked back upon in future decades and generations as a real guide for what the law is and on some occasions what it should be.
He epitomizes, and his life epitomizes, everything that is important to the Appleseed organization. And I cannot think of a better example than Wallace Jefferson.